What's up, my friends? This is Toadman once again. I just want to give you a quick update about the channel, about myself, my health, my family, and all that, because I've been MIA for a couple of days and I've been posting a couple updates, but I just wanted to do something, you know, official. So, had this lump on my neck for like 2 years, got it checked out. I'm supposed to get it biopsy today. They did some kind of scan, they gave me an ultrasound a couple weeks ago, a week ago, and they said that it's either a tumor or a lymph node, and I know it's not a lymph node. My lymph node is behind it. I know where, So, went to the doctor today. He said indeed it was a tumor. He didn't want to touch it because of the size of it, the location. It's pretty deep in there, and the fact that it is most likely benign. So, I'm going to get an MRI next week to make sure that that's what it is. So that's great news. Just last night, my wife had some issues. There was just blood coming out where it shouldn't be. It was pretty concerning. So we're at the hospital from 9 p.m. till 5 a.m. We got home, and then we had to sleep for an hour or two, get up and go to our appointments today. She's got medication now. She should be good. Things are going up for her as well, and for me. So I think, yeah, I think we're past the worst part. So I appreciate everyone, their kind remarks, and people asking how I've been. So that's basically that update. Collecticon was great. I have to do a Collecticon recap. I have to do the weekend in MetaZoo review from last week. I'm laying on both of those from everything that's going on. I need to do the review on tonight's MetaZoo Monday hour. That was good as well. Just behind. And also want to talk about just the channel itself. I want to do more motivational stuff. Before MetaZoo, just before I was just doing card games. I always did comic book content on a different channel, some kind of piece of dust. And then before that, I would do motivational videos. It wasn't really popping off, so I deleted that channel. I still do motivational speeches and stuff from my friends, my family, coworkers, and stuff. Especially when I have, everyone's going through something at all times. So I always, have those videos. So I'm doing a new series where I'm going to be interviewing people. I interviewed a whole bunch of people from Collecticon, like Keeper, like KBDX Tokyo, and just a bunch of people. I have Jet Yates set up, so asked them 3 questions, and the 3 questions vary. Like one of the questions vary, the two are always the same. One is why TCG or whatever genre they're in. Like why are you still in the community? Because a lot of people they talk about why they're in the community or what they love about it, but I want to see why you're still in it. What keeps you in there. And then the last question is always, can I get like a motivational message or a hardship that you've been through and a redemption story is basically where it comes down to. Can you give me a story where you redeemed yourself in some sort of way where you got out of something that's been troublesome in your life? So I'm going to be the first guest on it. So I'll show you how it goes. I forgot that I was going to do this part, but I remembered that I was going to. Anyway, so I'm going to do my first interview of me. So TMX, can you tell me why you're still in the TCG realm? Well, I'm still part of it because I've seen a lot of people get taken advantage of. New people coming into the TCG realm during 2021, 2020, when they were kind of locked down and people wanted to do stuff where they did as a kid, collect cards, reminisce on things in the past, nostalgia. It was comic books, it was card games, it was figures and stuff like that. And a lot of people got to take advantage of. They were sold on a story that wasn't true, and people would hoarded a bunch of stuff over COVID, a bunch of stuff that they lost a lot of money on. People came into different TCGs, not only MetaZoo, but Pokemon or other stuff, and they said, hey, you should buy this because this is going to go up. And there's so many Kickstarters that failed, there's so many TCGs that failed, and I saw them all coming because that's how this genre works. So I'm still in it because I want to be able to protect people from making mistakes or blindly supporting anything really that is going to cause them financial or emotional anguish or anything like that. So I feel I have a responsibility as a person who has 30 plus years of knowledge in collecting to kind of give people a different outlook on things, a different perspective to say, hey, although this thing is $100,000 right now, it might be $1 tomorrow, so don't go crazy and spend the mortgage on something that you're chasing, that kind of stuff. The other question was okay, so the second question always geared towards the person in general. So I asked them a very personalized question. For myself, I'll ask, what's TMX Comics stand for? What's up with the name? TMX Comics, it's a Toadman experience comics. I love toads. I love turtles. It's either Toadman or Turtleman. I always was called Frog growing up. So and then now people call me Toad or the Toadman. So I just love that. I love toads. I love frogs. I got it tatted on me. I got frogs and toads and turtles, and I love that those two types really. Frogs, amphibians, and reptiles have always been my thing, and comics have always been something I've been collecting for 30 plus years now. I have a business that's TMX Comics. It's the same name. It's cleaning and conservation of comic books, and I send them out for grading for CGC or CBCS, and I guess PSA now too if people are interested in doing that. I also do that as well with cards. So that's what the name It comes from my best friend just waking up one day. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. We're about to go skateboarding, and he said to me, "Hey, Froggy, my real name is Anthony." He said Froggy instead of Anthony. I don't know how that happened, and it's stuck since. So it's been every tertiary frog, amphibian, and Froggy, you know, Tony, Tony the Frog, Hoppity, all those types of things. So all those names came from that one experience, and people still call me Frog or Toad or stuff to this day. So I went with it. All right, and the last question is a redemption story, a hardship that I've been through that I've succeeded in coming through. I could go with this whole thing, but I guess I'll talk about my dad passed away 11 years ago this past February, and I never drank, never, I drank like 6 months when I was in Japan in like 2007. But other than that, I've never drank, I never smoked, I never did any drugs, none of that. Even when I was a pro athlete, I never did any illegal substance or anything like that. Just the way I live my life, because a lot of my family members are addicts, and a lot of them became addicts when my mom passed away. They all, was heavily drinking. She was only 25 at the time. So, and then when my dad passed away, he left a big hole in my heart, and I was doing every terrible thing that you could think of. I mean, nothing legal or anything like that, but I was self-destructive in my life, and it took a long time for me to. It took about a year to kind of get myself out of the trenches, basically. We're just doing stupid things and spending money and hanging out with the wrong people and making bad decisions, and it took a year for me to kind of get my wits about things and dig myself back out and reconcile my friends and family that I alienated and all the mistakes that I made. And it took a lot for me to get out of that. And yeah, and now my family is stronger than ever. My relationship with my wife is stronger than ever, and I have a great core of friends. I did push a lot of friends. A lot of friends pushed me away, and without listening to why I was acting the way I was, not to defend myself, but just to say, hey, listen, this is my side of the story. But they didn't want to hear it, which is fine, because I think there's a lot of people that I was involved with that shouldn't have been in my life. So that's my redemption story. Doing better than ever. My job is doing great. My business is doing great. My friendships and family are doing great. And it's all akin to just being able to look at myself in the mirror saying, hey, you need help. I needed to see a therapist. I needed to get medicated for bipolar disorder. And I needed to take a pill every day, which, again, I never would take anything. And now I got to take a pill. And one small pill a day changes my whole life, changes my ability to not have to seek these actions that are attention seeking or dangerous or anything like that. And it saved my life. I almost took my life and getting the help that I need really saved my life and saved a lot of people's lives around me, and in that it made their lives better. So that's my redemption story. Sorry if I got a little deep today. Health is doing good. Life is doing good. It's just time for me to get back to work. I got 25 books that I got to do this week, and yeah, it's, you know, work doesn't wait for anybody, right? So thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you. I appreciate y'all. And I always say these three things because I think they're very important. The only thing that matters in this world is the relationships that we make, the friendships that we make, the impact that we leave onto the next person, onto the next generation. So that's why I always tell you these things. I might be preaching, I might be Papa Toadman or whatever you want to say, but this is how I live my life and this is how I choose to interact with y'all. So please be cool. And be cool to me means doing the right thing because it's the right thing, not because you want to do something that is advantageous to yourself. Do good. Do good is not do well. Do well like work hard. That's a given. Do good meaning do good to the world. And then 3, be nice to each other. And being nice to each other is self-explanatory. I'm not going to go there. All right, y'all. Peace.